Garrett's C6 ZR1 back. This is the Ferady Edition ZR1 that we built. 3 months ago or so. The car came to us with headers already on it, and I will take full responsibility. We should have checked out the size of headers on it when we did our build. I just assumed it was at least a 2-inch header. Comes to find out, when we had on the dyno making pulls, I thought it would make more power than what it made, and it was, what was it, close to 1,000 rear wheel horsepower, I think. But with the boost levels we were at, I was like, man, I really want it to make more than what it made. So I started looking at it, and we measured the headers, and I'm like, dang, it's only a 1 7/8 header on it. So do what we always do with big high horsepower cars. We do a race style header, which is a 2-inch primary stepped to a 2 1/8. You can see how much bigger the tubes are, and then you go from a regular 3-inch collector to a 3.5-inch collector, and it's beautiful header with a V-band on it. And then all factory X pipes for C6s, C7s are always 3-inch. We do a race style header with a 3.5-inch X pipe all the way back. Now, some people are like, oh, but you neck it back down for a 2.5-inch to go over the axle. If you still run mufflers over the axle, yes, it still does neck back down. But even putting this on it with 3-inch all the way back, it still picks up significant gains on big supercharged applications. Big pro charger applications, I've seen 50 to 75 rear wheel horsepower gains on big builds. This car with the root style blower, with the boost it's at, me and Ryan have a kind of a bet going on to see how much power it's going to gain. So I'm looking forward to seeing the results, hopefully next few days. But Dan's going to install them now, and I think we are going to test this. And we also have a new supercharger lid to test as well to see the gains of it. So I'll get back to tuning over there and let Dan get back to work. We also went ahead, and at the time, Kong didn't have this new LS9 lid done, so we kept the factory lid on it for our first build, I'm going to call it. So now the two things that we upgraded the supercharger lid, which is going to be way more efficient. It's larger, has a single brick that won't break or crack like the LS9s and LSA bricks are known for doing. It's going to keep it more efficient when it comes to intake air temps. And the lid itself, it looks super cool, the size of it. So between the supercharger lid and the headers, we re-dynoed it. It made 1,015 rear wheel horsepower with the same boost level and everything pretty much constant. So the headers definitely did pick up horsepower like I thought, and same with the supercharger lid itself. And again, the supercharger lid, in my eyes, everyone wants more horsepower, and yes, Greg says that they will pick up power going to these lids, but my main thing for this car in particular was keeping the intake air temps down, and then also the factory brick issue of that not breaking. So this thing now with the factory brick that comes with the 2650 and his new lid, this thing can see 20 plus pounds of boost, and we don't have to worry about the bricks cracking. So yesterday I made one 60 to 130 pull. I only did a 3rd gear pull, and I was kind of at a lower RPM. Traction's going to be a problem, but I really want to see. It went a 4.8 60 to 130 in 3rd gear. Again, traction's probably going to be a problem, and I'm not going to no lift shift it. I just want to kind of get an idea of what it might do if I can do 2nd gear and shift 3rd at a decent speed without no lift shifting it. So we're about to try that right now. Bricks in the car now. Again, 1,000 horsepower. This is our 1,200 horsepower C6 ZR1 package, so it makes right over 1,000 rear wheel horsepower on the 85. We do have the 18-inch Mickey Thompson drag radius on it, so traction does help. But again, with you in the car, I'm gonna leave traction control on, and I go from a 3rd gear roll, just so we don't have to worry about anything crazy happening. Okay. That way it's nice and safe, and we roll it and you get to feel the power. And the way the ZR1s are geared different than like the C6 Z06s. So like the 3rd gear, you're in it a lot longer because the gear ratios are different. It's like when we do the 6130s, I can
I've never felt anything like that. I am not. Oh my God.
Is that awesome or what? This is sick, right? And like I said, 3 pedals, it's so much fun. That was 3rd gear. Imagine what 2nd feels like.
That was just 3rd?
That was 3rd, and then I grabbed 4th, just to see it.
You need a freaking air work runway. How fast do you think you can get this?
I mean,
if you have the space to do it.
I mean, really, the way it's geared, I mean, this thing will go well over 200. Like,
oh my God, dude.
The horsepower is there, the aerodynamics is there. It's all about gear ratio. So, like, when we used to do the Texas Mile a lot, we would change the rear gear to do. We'd go crazy with the rear gear just so we could try to keep. So 4th gear in these is 1-to-1.
That was instantaneous.
So
it was instant.
The torque on these blowers is sick.
Dude, no kidding.
And it still pulls up top, which is, you kind of get the best of both worlds, right?
Never felt like anything like that in a car. That's impressive, dude.
How about this? 2nd gear, that's traction control on, so with the tires on it, so it keeps it kind of mellow.
I hope these cameras are capturing a little bit of this. It's hard. It's so different on camera than when you're feeling it. Guys, I'm telling you what, this is...
That's what I try to tell people. I'm like, I can show this all day long, but you don't feel the G's.
I love it, man.
It's so much fun.